So thank you for joining today. It's a really special story time today because it is dedicated to my friend Kerry and her new little baby boy, Miles, who was born sometime between yesterday evening and this morning. I have been very lucky to see a picture of the new little addition. And he has a very cool name because I know what the reference is as well. So welcome, Miles, and I think me and Pooh are going to have to send you a special little gift. And maybe one day, you when you're a little bit older, you and your big brothers can listen to a little bit of story time and enjoy the little gift. So to carry on with today's story, we're again going back to the toy room with Jane Hissey, and this time we're looking for Little Bear's trousers. So we were looking at Old Bear, finding Old Bear last week, and this time we're looking for Little Bear's trousers. If anyone was able to join last week, you'll remember that we had a look at the back of last week's book, and there were some really interesting characters who I was really excited to finally meet. And it looks like we're probably going to get a little look today, so I'm really excited. One thing I didn't mention last week, which I really wanted to, and I didn't get the opportunity, was that I wanted to mention that both this book and last week's book were actually purchased second-hand, and we was able to give these books a new home and a new place to be loved. And I highly encourage everyone in the spirit of reuse, recycle, relove, go and find a second-hand book and give it a new home. Because there's so many stories out there for everyone to enjoy. You don't always have to have them brand new. So I really hope that you enjoy today's story with us. We'll get started, have a good look at the pictures. And oh dear, I don't think the sound is very good, which is a bit of a shame. Let me just try one thing before we get started. Probably hear that, sorry. Okay. I wonder if that's a little bit better. I don't think it is. I think I can hear. I can hear some help come in, so it probably isn't very good.
No, it's not very good.
So how about?
Yeah, try taking that out.
That's cool. Okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit louder so that we can actually hear it from here, and hopefully we can carry on. So if I just put that to one side, and if you guys can actually hear a little bit better now, then if you're able to just give us a little thumbs up and then we'll carry on. And I'll get ready with the first page. Okay. So here we go. Little Bear's Trousers by Jane Hissey. The sun shone through the window and woke Little Bear. What a lovely morning, he said to himself. I'll do something different today. He took off his pyjamas and looked for his trousers. He looked on the chair where he had left them. Then he looked under the bed. Then he looked in the chest of drawers in case they were there. But they weren't. They were nowhere. Trousers can't disappear, cried Little Bear. I'll see if Old Bear has got them. Old Bear was enjoying the sun in his deck chair when Little Bear found him. Trousers, he said. I haven't seen them, I'm afraid. The camel was here just now. Perhaps she knows where they are. Little Bear soon found Camel. I did find them, she said. I was feeling cold, and I thought they were a pair of pump warmers. These are better, though, she added, showing Little Bear 2 bobble hats, one for each hump. They're much warmer. Can I have my trousers back then? Asked Little Bear. Oh, sorry, Little Bear. I didn't know they were yours. I gave them to Sailor to use as sails for his boat. Come on, I'll take you there. But when they found Sailor, he had white sails on his boat. Cool little picture there of Sailor. The sails Duck gave me look too much like trousers, he explained. That's because they are trousers, said Little Bear. Where are they now? I gave them to Dog to keep his bones in, said Sailor. Sorry, Little Bear. You'd better hurry and find him. Dog was burying his bones in flower pots when Little Bear found him. They kept falling through the two-bone bone holder, he explained. Two-bone bone holder? Cried Little Bear. Those were my trousers. Oh dear, said Dog. I gave them to Rabbit to use as a skiing hat. I am sorry, Little Bear. Whee! Cried Rabbit as he shot past Little Bear skiing down the banister on 2 lollipop stick skis. But there were no trousers on his head. I did have them, he explained when Little Bear caught up with him. They made a lovely hat with lots of room for my ears. Then they slipped over my eyes and I crashed, so I gave them to Zebra. She was building herself a house. Zebra had finished her house when Little Bear arrived, but his trousers were nowhere to be seen. I did use them, she said. I put them on my back and carried all these bricks in them. What happened to them then? Asked Little Bear. I gave them to Duck to use as a flag for his sandcastle. Sorry, Little Bear. I didn't know you'd lost them. Duck was in the sand tray making sandcastles. He had a paper flag to put on the top. Zebra gave me a lovely flag, he sighed, but Bramwell borrowed it to use in the kitchen. Was it red? Asked Little Bear. Bright red, said Duck. And did it look like trousers? Said Duck. I suppose it did. Those were my trousers, said Little Bear. I really need them back. They hurried to the kitchen, where they found bowls and spoons and eggs and flour, and in the middle of it all sat Bramwell Brown. To the kitchen. He had Little Bear's trousers, but, oh no, he had filled the trousers with pink icing and was decorating a huge cake. "Hello," he called. "Look what I can do. 2 stripes at once with these icing bags." "But they're not icing bags, they're my trousers," cried Little Bear. "Oh dear," said Bramwell Brown. "I thought I'd seen them before." "Don't worry," said Old Bear. "The icing will wash out, and they'll be as good as new." "I hope so," said Little Bear. "I don't want them all sticky." "Who is that cake for?" "It's for all of you," said Bramwell Brown. "A Trousers Day cake," laughed Old Bear. And that's what Bramwell Brown wrote on the cake. It said, "Happy Trousers Day," in the middle, and there was a trousers pattern around the edge. Oh, sorry. Duck washed Little Bear's trousers and dried them next to the cooker. Then all the toys sat down to enjoy a piece of cake, and to celebrate the day, Little Bear lost and found his trousers. And ever since Trousers Day, Little Bear has slept with his trousers under his pillow. "Nobody will find them there," he says. The end. So that was the story of Little Bear's Trousers by Jane Hissey. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I can only apologise for the audio, so I'm sorry about that. Just some points to make about this. So there was you might have caught it because you guys are super smart, that there was actually a mistake in the story. And I've read it before and I never noticed it before until I was reading it then. I don't know if you guys spotted it, eagle eyes as everyone is, but near the beginning, Camel uses the trousers to keep her humps warm, and then she says that she gave them to Sailor to use on the boat. So she said she'll take Little Bear to the boat, and that's fine, and she does. Here's Camel down here as we go to see Sailor, and obviously by that point the trousers have moved on. But when they talk to Sailor, Sailor doesn't say that Camel gave him the trousers. Sailor says Duck gave him the trousers. So it's just up here. Which I think is, maybe I've got that wrong, or maybe it isn't a mistake. But to me, that sounds like a mistake, which just adds to the charm. Really, I don't think there's any harm in it. And Duck comes into the story a little bit later, so that's always a bit fun. As always with these books, the detail in the pictures is outstanding. It's so lovely to go back and look at special parts and details. So even on the dog here, now me and dog breeds, I don't know that many, but I do know that this little dog has appeared in many things and is normally depicted as being associated with the Scottish breed. And what I quite like about that is that it feels like there's some kind of reference there, because his necktie has a little tartan hint to it, which is really sweet. She's always cute. And I'd just like to point out, how cool is Zebra? Zebra has become my favourite character of all of these. Not only is she amazing and, extremely resourceful using the trousers to transport bricks, she also appears to be an extraordinary architect and engineer. Just look at the house that she has put together. Not only has she plotted out the garden, but she's also made it stable. She can stand on it. There's water, there's so much going on in this house. I'm very impressed. I really love Zebra. I think she's done a wonderful job here. So, as always, something for everybody, which is nice. And I'd say probably the last thing that I did notice, which made me smile, was that when they're making the cakes, in the background here, there is a scale set. And I have one of those, so that's really cool. It's not that colour, my one's white, but I think it is kind of cool. And I'd leave you with a last thought before we say goodbye in story time to the toy room and to all the toys. And obviously now that Old Bear's back in the mix, loving life, sitting in front of the window. That, where are the family? Where do they go? That these guys have so much time on their hands. The original Toy Story toys, where it all began. They've got so much time on their hands. They can make a cake, a giant cake. Shocking. But as we'll leave it there before we get too deep down a rabbit hole at all. Remember to pick up a copy of Little Bear's Trousers if you would like to have a copy in your library. Highly recommend it. Or go and rent one from your local library and support all your local libraries. I found this one secondhand. I highly recommend having a look on different websites to do that, and also in shops that provide secondhand goods and services. So thank you very much for taking the time to join me and Pooh Bear today on what I can see at the window is a beautiful day. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And again, congratulations to Kerry and welcome Miles. Thank you so much. So bye from me, bye from Pooh Bear. Say bye, Pooh Bear. Bye. Bye.